Hello everyone and welcome to another game of Squirrels Baseball. I am Aaron and we have one more interleague game hosting the A's. Both of the first two games are 1-0. We won the first one, they won the second. So this game is for the series. I am pretty confident that we have not lost a series yet this year. So as we exit interleague play, we'll see if that's still true. I'll go ahead and say it now. I'll probably say it again at the end of the broadcast. We've got the Marlins coming in after this series for 3 games and then an off day on the 4th of July, which works out nicely. I do believe those games are here. And as I'm sure you guys saw, it's the regular lineup in, so we'll get the bench guys in that last game against the Marlins. Jonathan on the mound. And here shortly, we should get Chris DeNorfia at the plate. And there he is. He will start off with the backdoor slider for strike 1. And that slider just a bit too high. Fastball, also up in the zone, but it's called a strike. That makes it 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 away. That'll bring Teruhito Iguchi. And I'm sorry, I'm probably not pronouncing that right, but I'm doing my best, I promise. Anyway, Iguchi with an 0-2 count. As this is down and away, that'll make it 1-2. Curveball in the dirt. Iguchi lets it go. That makes it 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts to start the game for Jonathan. Eric Chavez to the plate. He looks at a curveball outside and then a palm ball down and out. So a 2-0 count to start this at bat. There's a fastball. Chavez seemingly taking all the way. Swings at this one but comes up empty. That'll make it 2-2. And that's going to be a base hit into center field, and in fact that's going to roll past Marvin. Chavez will get at least 2 on this. A 2-out double brings Frank Thomas to the plate. So the A's threatening, certainly, but there are 2 outs. First pitch to the big hurt is a strike. Second pitch is swing and a miss. Looks at a fastball for strike 3. Not sure what he was expecting there, but apparently not that. So we'll go to the bottom half of the inning. The A's with a hit but no runs. Kester will lead things off for the Squirrels. A's with their same lineup in. Joe Blanton on the mound. First pitch is a slider for a strike. Swing and a miss to make it 0-2. Up the middle, no, not hit very hard. Blanton actually knocks it down himself. I thought that was going to have to be Vizquel, but Blanton does it all to get the first out. That will bring Marvin to the plate. He will bat left-handed as that first pitch is down by his feet. This one catches the inside corner. That'll make it 1-1. And that pitch is too high. There's a called strike. That makes it 2-2. This is a ground ball to third. Chavez scoops it up, gets it across for the second out of the inning. Chief to the plate then with 2 outs and nobody on. He looks at strike 1 over the inside corner. Swings at a changeup in the dirt. Hits this one into center field. Hunter not going to have a play on it. That'll be a 2-out single, and that'll bring Terry to the plate. He's still leading the team in home runs, but it feels like it's been a little while since he hit one. First pitch is called a strike. Second pitch is up the middle for a base hit. Chief will go on to third base. So runners on the corners with 2 outs. Frank at the plate with a chance to drive in the first run of the game. Or Blanton could throw a wild one and let it in that way. Who knows? That will not get through. Iguchi will pick it up, and that will end the inning. So both teams threaten, but no score in the first. Elegant Joe will lead things off for Oakland in the second. Jonathan winds and throws a palm ball for a strike to start off this inning. Throws another palm ball that's ground foul over towards first. 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 down. Torrey Hunter to the plate. He looks at a palm ball for strike 1. Fastball too high. Swings and misses on that fastball. I think Hunter thought it might have been a palm ball. Swung under it. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 on the slider. 2 away. Omar Vizquel to the plate. Starts off with strike 1. Yeah, palm ball bounces in. Pops this one up. Joey will wait on it near second. And that will end the inning. We go to the bottom of the second inning where Tom will lead things off. Still no score. So Tom hasn't hit one against the A's, but he has hit quite a few homers lately. Gotten himself up to 9, just 2 behind Terry. I think I mentioned it in one of the recent games that I'm pretty certain Terry has led the team in home runs every year that we've existed. So it would kind of be nice if Tom could catch him and get ahead. But in this at-bat, Tom struck out, and that brings Zach to the plate. He has a 1-1 count to start off. Ground ball to second. 2 away. That'll bring Joey to the plate. If you remember, Joey used to struggle to break 200 at the plate. He's become a very productive major league hitter. He's had an above 300 average all year this year, and I think he maintained one all last year too. He has a 2-2 count at the plate. 2 outs, nobody on. Swing and a miss, strike 3. We'll move on to the third inning. Still no score. The A's will start off with Jamal at the plate. Again, also I know I'm not pronouncing it like the computer does, so my apologies. Again, doing my best. He did get a hit against us last game, so we've seen him at least part of his 192 average. This is a ground ball back to Jonathan. Actually, a fairly nice grab there by Jonathan. 1 away, Blanton to the plate. Batting .500, but that very well could be 1 for 2 with an AL pitcher at the plate. Has a 1-1 count in this at-bat. Fastball up in the zone for strike 2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 away, Denorfia to the plate. 6 strikeouts for Jonathan the first time through the A's order, and yes, Denorfia was one of those. First pitch is called a strike. And a ground ball towards third. Chief catches it on a short hop and gets it over to end the inning. We'll go to the bottom of the third, still scoreless. 3 combined hits for the teams. We're nearly through the first go-around for both teams. Jonathan leading off for the Squirrels. Jonathan looking at a ball in the dirt. Cracks his bat, and that's a ground ball to first. 1 down, so 2 strikeouts for Blanton the first time through. Kester ground out in his first at-bat. Watches that change up for strike 1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Fouled away. pops this one up. Blanton will field it himself, just shaded slightly over towards third. 2 down, Marvin at the plate. He also ground out in his first at-bat. Hits this one through the left side of the infield for a base hit. Runner on first for Chief, but there are 2 outs. Chief got a base hit into center his first at-bat. Maybe you call it right center, but somewhere out there in the outfield grass. Not all that deep, but well placed. Hits this one. That one you can definitely call center field. It will again get down, and we're going to end up with runners on the corners with 2 outs for Terry, who also got a base hit in his first at-bat. Looks at strike 1. They check over on Chief at first. That curveball's called a strike to make it 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Squirrels again threaten but cannot score. So we will go into the 4th inning, still scoreless, and Iguchi will lead things off for the A's. Iguchi struck out in his first at-bat. Puts this one in the air into shallow left, and Joey's not going to be able to get there. That will drop in for the second hit of the day for the A's. Eric Chavez hit a double in his first at-bat. Swings and misses at a palm ball. Watches that fastball down in the dirt. That fastball just a hair high, makes it 2-1. Swings and misses at a palm ball to make it 2-2. Another palm ball, another swing, and a miss. That pitch is really working for Jonathan today. So that'll bring Frank Thomas to the plate, 1 on, 1 out. He struck out in his first at-bat, and we'll look at strike 1 in this at-bat. That palm ball just misses outside. Fastball, that's going to be a hit into left field. Runners on first and second with 1 out. And Elegant Joe to the plate. I do believe he popped up in this first at-bat. Has a 1-1 count. That fastball up and out. Shows bunt, pulls it back, and looks at a strike. Makes it 2-2. Hits this into left field. That's going to be another hit, and that will likely score a run. Throw goes home. It's going to be close, but not close enough. The A's do take the early 1-0 lead. So that's the last few games, 1 run's all either team has scored. So we'll see Torrey Hunter at the plate. He hits a ground ball to short. Will they get the double play? Yes, they do. I didn't think they would get Hunter at first, but they sure do. Mark that one down. 6-4-3. So A's get 1 run. Could have been a lot worse, but they do have a 1-0 lead. Frank will lead things off for the Squirrels in the bottom half of the 4th. Frank ground out in his first at-bat when he had a chance to drive in the first run of the game. Has a 1-1 count in this at-bat. This is ground to first. It is a fair ball, and Frank Thomas will step on first. 1 away. Tom struck out in his first at-bat. Looks at strike 1 here. That pitch up and out. Still too high. It's 2-1. Ooh, that one called a strike. I thought it was low. Makes it 2-2. And this is fouled away. Still 2-2. 1 out. Nobody on base. This one misses outside. We've got a full count. Blanton winds. Throws one pretty much right down the middle, and Tom drops it into center field for a base hit. 1 on with 1 out. Zach hit a ground ball in his first at-bat. Gets this one elevated, and it will get over Chavez's head for a hit. Puts runners on first and second for Joey. Still just the 1 out. First pitch is called a strike. Line drive. That Frank Thomas will grab that one. 2 outs, 2 on. Jonathan at the plate, though. It is too early for pinch hitting. He, almost gets it over Vizquel's head, but just didn't quite have enough. So the A's will stay ahead 1-0 as we go into the 5th, where Omar Vizquel will lead things off.
Number 13, Omar Vizquel.
Vizquel got him listed as a flyout. I think it was a pop out near second, if I remember right, in his first at-bat. Has an 0-2 count in this at-bat. Swings and misses at a slider down by his feet. Chased that one, and it is the first out of the inning. Jamal, I do believe he hit a ground ball in his first at-bat. Has a 1-1 count. Swings and misses at a slider. Makes it 1-2. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout on the palm ball. Well, apparently Blanton wasn't 1 for 2. His average did drop 71 points after that last strikeout, though. So not too many hits. Pops this one up right at first base. Terry makes the grab. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th inning. A's still ahead 1-0, and the Squirrels back to the top of the order. I was fixing my glasses. I think Kester's 0 for 2. Don't believe he's gotten on base yet today. Has an 0-2 count in this at-bat. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Marvin, 1 for 2. He got a base hit in his last at-bat. Got as far as third. Lines this one into right, but it stays up for Denorfia. 2 away. Chief, 2 for 2 so far. Both hits, I would say both hits into center field. Hits this one towards left, but it's pulled well foul. This one, Vizquel makes a diving catch, and he does throw it, but it's not going to get there in time. That will go down as an infield hit. Great effort by Vizquel, but Chief not the swiftest runner, but he's not that slow. Terry, 1 for 2 on the day, has an 0-2 count in this at-bat. Oh, and they're going to pick Chief off. Well, that's a terrible turn of events. We're going to go into the 6th inning then. The A's will lead off with Denorfia, and they still hold on to that 1-0 lead. Denorfia is 0 for 2, a strikeout and a ground out so far. Swings and misses at a palm ball. Pops this one up. Tom will get it in foul ground down the third base line. 1 away. Iguchi to the plate. He is 1 for 2. I'm trying to remember. Did he score the 1 run, or is that when they hit into the double play? I can't remember. Guess we'll find out here shortly. He has an 0-2 count in this at-bat, and a called strike 3. I don't blame Iguchi for arguing. Eric Chavez has a double and a strikeout, so I guess Iguchi was not doubled off. Has an 0-2 count in this at-bat. Doesn't chase that curveball. 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That will end the top of the 6th inning. Still a 1-0 Squirrels lead. Terry will go back to the plate, but with a fresh count. Terry still 1 for 2. And he gets a line drive into center field. Doesn't quite drive Torrey Hunter back to the wall, but it was deep enough that he was able to make it into a double, which I would not have predicted off of the bat. I thought Torrey Hunter actually did a pretty good job getting it back in, but Terry just beat the throw there. So a runner on second after a leadoff double. Frank at the plate looks at a ball outside and fouls this one away near the first base coach. Ground ball to third. Terry will go back to second. Throw goes to first. 1 away. Tom at the plate. I want to say he's 0 for 2. I think he might have struck out in both at-bats even. Definitely struck out in his first at-bat. I know he got out in the second at-bat, I just can't remember how. Has a 1-2 count in this at-bat, and he will strike out swinging. 2 away. It's up to Zach to try to drive in this tying run. And that will not do it. Iguchi makes a pretty decent play before that ball can get up the middle. So, still 1-0 A's as we go into the 7th. Frank Thomas is due up first. So he will not face Jonathan this time. We're going to go get Gonzalez. Put him into Zach's spot, which will bring Quentin into the game.
Your attention, please. Now coming on the pitch for Indianapolis, number 76, Gonzalez.
Frank Thomas, 1 for 2. Got a base hit in his second at-bat. Swings and misses at a changeup. Swings and misses at another changeup, but this one up in the zone. Then swings and misses at a splitter. 1 away, Elegant Joe, 1 for 2. Kind of feel like he drove in the 1 run of the game, but I can't remember that for certain. He has a 1-1 count in this at-bat, and make that 1-2. That one catches the outside corner. Swings and misses at a low changeup for the second out of the inning. Torrey Hunter struck out and then ground into a double play. Watches that changeup miss outside. Misses outside again. Hunter again does not chase it. That fastball too far inside. It's 3-0. Swings on 3-0 and comes up empty. Swings again. We've got a full count with 2 outs. Nobody on. Swing and a miss. Gonzalez, 1, 2, 3. So it's time for the stretch. A's still leading 1-0. Joey will lead things off on the other side. Right. Joey is 0 for 2 today. Joe Blanton is going to keep on keeping on the mound. Which, why wouldn't he? He's thrown a shutout to this point. Ground ball to third. Chavez over to first. 1 away. That will bring Quentin to the plate for his first at-bat today. Looks at a fastball pretty much right down the middle. That slider well high. Swings and misses at a curveball to make it 1-2. Oh, and he's behind on that fastball for strike 3. 1 down, Kester to the plate. I missed his little flag again. I think he's 0 for 3 though. I don't remember him being on base. Looks at strike 1. Fouls this one away to make it 0-2. Fouls this one away in a pretty similar spot. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Well, we'll go into the 8th inning. A's still leading 1-0, and they will start off with Omar Vizquel at the plate. Vizquel 0 for 2 today. Looks at a ball down and away. Ground ball to first. Terry will step on first. 1 down. Jamal to the plate. He is 0 for 2. First pitch a bit outside. And then a bounced in fastball makes it 2-0 rather. There's a swing and a miss for the first strike. Looks at strike 2. Goes with the changeup and gets a swing and a miss. 2 away. Joe Blanton down to hitting .375. He started off at .500 today. Has an 0-2 count in this at-bat. And he will hit a little blooper towards second. Kester catches it on the fly. A's still lead 1-0. The Squirrels will start off with Marvin at the plate. Marvin 1 for 3 today. Hit a nice line drive in his last at-bat, but unfortunately was pretty much right at Denorfia. Hits this one harder. Will Hunter run it down? No, it gets over his head. Marvin is going to stop at second for a leadoff double. Hit that to a deep part of the field, the deepest part of the field, actually. That might have been a home run at a lot of parks. Was not far away from that 424 sign. Settles for a leadoff double. That'll bring Chief to the plate. He fouls the first pitch back. Chief at least has 2 hits. Can't remember if he's 3 for 3 or not. Has an 0-2 count here. Swings and misses for strike 3. 1 down. Terry got a hit in his first at-bat. Can't remember. And he made it out. Can't remember if he got a hit in his last at-bat or not. Has a 1-1 count. Swings and misses to make it 1-2. Hits this one, and it's going to get down into left field. Marvin on his way home. Here comes the throw, and Marvin is in there to tie the game in the 8th inning. Only 1 out. Frank is hitless today. Runner still on first. First pitch fouled away. Bounces in a fastball. Fouled back again. That makes it 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 2 down. Tom at the plate. He is hitless today. Looks at strike 1 on a changeup. Swings and misses to make it 0-2. Hits this one in the air, but just barely into the infield dirt. Iguchi makes the grab. But we've got a tie ball game, 1-1 as we go into the 9th. A's at the top of their lineup. I guess we got to keep Gonzalez in here. Not really sure where we'd go, especially with Zapp just having pitched. But his spot will come up in the order next inning, so this will be his last inning. One way or the other. Denorfia with a 2-1 count. Make it 2-2. That pitch catches the outside corner. Throws a cutter, gets a swing and a miss. 1 away. Iguchi 1 for 3 today. Couple strikeouts, a single sandwiched in between. First pitch is too low. Then too high. This one just right, and it's put into center field for a base hit. 1 on, 1 out. We're going to get a pinch runner, and Fonte is going to come in, which is a big speed upgrade from 4 to 11. Eric Chavez at the plate. You would think that the A's would have sent him at some point, but instead it looks like they're going to go into a double play. Nope, they can't get him at first. So 2 away, runner on first. Frank Thomas at the plate. He starts off with a splitter, but it breaks inside. Fastball also inside, makes it 2-0. Is Gonzalez trying to walk him? I threw that one in for a strike. It's 3-1. Swing and a miss. Full count. Runner will be off with the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Still tied at 1. Gonzalez's spot is actually up first. Boy, I really have no idea what to do for pinch hitter. I guess we'll go Sweeney because I kind of trust him to play anywhere I need him to. Oh, I guess if it really goes well, we won't have to have him in the field. Sweeney started off terrible on the year, but he's been pretty good here lately. Blanton's still in the game. Starts him off with a ball. Then a fastball up in the zone for strike one. Sweeney hits this one, a line drive into right. That'll get down for a leadoff single. Would not be surprised to see Sweeney steal second, although apparently Joey's going to bunt him over. Although the first bunt goes foul. That pitch down and out. Now the bat goes back out for a bunt. This one looks better. Yep, that's actually a well-placed bunt. Joey not that fast, though. So it's a successful sacrifice. It's up to Quinton to try to drive Sweeney in and win this game. Quinton struck out in his first at-bat. Looks at strike one here. Another called strike makes it 0-2. Swings at a curveball in the dirt. It was past him by the time he swung. 2 outs. Kester at the plate. I do not believe he has a hit today. Looks at strike one. That pitch in the dirt. Kester let it go. Hits this one foul right over the first base coach's head. 1-2. Will this get down? It does. Here comes Sweeney in for home. There's not going to be any play there. The Squirrels walk it off to win this game and win this series. And with that, we'll also end interleague play for this season. Your final score today, Oakland Athletics 1, Indianapolis Squirrels 2. Blanton pitches a complete game but takes the loss. Could not hold things up late. Both runs scored with line drives into shallow left field. Both Squirrels runs, I should say. And Sweeney was all gas, no brakes, as he should have been. Kester, your player of the game for driving in the walk-off run. So I guess the walk-off hit. That was phrased terribly. You guys know what I mean. So, thank you everybody for watching. If you'd like to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, feel very free. Otherwise, we got the Marlins in town starting tomorrow. We will see you then.